Have you ever wondered if the world's great spiritual traditions, from ancient Egypt to Greece, the East to the West, are all telling the same story, just in different languages? What if they all share a single hidden truth? Well, that's the wild idea we're jumping into today, based on a really fascinating book by Eduard Schure called The Great Initiate. So, here's our roadmap. First, we'll unpack this whole idea of a secret history of religions. Then, we're going to meet the incredible figures at the center of it all, the Great Initiates. After that, we'll dive deep into their core teaching, which is all about oneness. And then, get this, we'll see how this ancient wisdom is predicted to connect with modern science. And finally, we'll wrap it all up by looking at what this could mean for what the source calls humanity's Great Awakening. All right, let's get into it. It's time to start pulling on that hidden thread that might just connect, everything. This is really the big question that gets everything rolling, right? It asks us to look past all the surface level differences, the different rituals, the different books, the different names for God, and just ask, could there be a single deeper teaching at the very heart of them all? Well, according to the book we're exploring today, the answer is a huge, resounding yes. The argument is that if you go deep enough into the mystical core of these traditions, you find they aren't separate paths at all. They're actually just different flavors of one single, unified truth. Okay, so if this secret knowledge is real, then who was in charge of it? Who were the people carrying this torch through the ages? That brings us to the main characters of the story. First things first, what exactly is an initiate? The source is really clear here. This isn't just a smart person or philosopher. An initiate is someone who literally forges a new path to enlightenment, not just for themselves but for all of us, by living in perfect harmony with the laws of the universe. And their job description was pretty intense. They weren't just teachers, they were messengers of unity. Think of each one as a perfect mirror, reflecting the exact same fundamental truth. But they tweaked the message so that the people of their time and culture could actually get it. But look at that last point. This was no easy gig. The source makes it very clear they often faced incredible opposition and hardship for what they were trying to do. So we know who the messengers were. But what was the actual message? What is this one big idea they were all trying to share with the world? It all boils down to this one incredible concept: oneness consciousness. It's the game-changing idea that everything and everyone, you, me, this planet, the stars, the whole shebang, are all just different expressions of one single unified divine source. Deep down, there's no real separation between any of us. I just love how the author Eduard Schure puts it. He says, the light might seem stronger or weaker in different times and places, but at the end of the day, light is always light. The core principles, the ultimate purpose, that stuff never, ever changes. And here's a really great way to think about it, an analogy from the text. Imagine that this core truth of oneness is the sun, and all the different religions and cultures, they're like different countries all over the planet. Now, we all experience the sun's light a bit differently depending on where we are, right? But it's always the same sun shining down on all of us. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds a bit, mystical, ancient history. But here's where it gets really interesting. The source makes a really bold prediction about how all this connects to our world today. For centuries, science and spirituality have felt like they're on totally different teams, right? You had science, which is all about the physical world, things you can measure and prove. And then you had spirituality, focusing on the inner world, on personal experience. Well, the prediction is that these two great rivers are, for the first time in history, starting to flow towards each other, merging into a single massive ocean of understanding. So why should we care? Because according to this idea, this new blend of inner wisdom and objective data isn't just a cool thought experiment. It's considered absolutely essential for humanity's next big step. It's about building a way more complete picture of who we are and what the universe is all about. Which brings us to the final and maybe the most important part of all this. What does any of this mean for us, for you and me, living our lives right here and right now? This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The whole point of this journey, both for the great initiates and for us, is growth. It's about constant change and evolution. If you wake up and you're the exact same person you were yesterday, you're basically missing the point. So what's the game plan? How do we actually do this? The source lays out 3 pretty clear steps. First, you've got to welcome change every single day as a chance to grow. Second, you use everything that happens to you, the good, the bad, all of it, to expand who you are inside. And third, and this is the big one, you make a conscious choice to live your life in tune with those universal principles of unity and harmony. And this is where it all leads. It's this incredibly beautiful and powerful image that all of humanity is standing together on a great threshold. We're like a planet, spinning in the dark, just moments before the first rays of sunrise break over the horizon. Which leaves us with this final, massive question. This merging of science and spirit, this rediscovery of oneness, that is the sunrise. The dawn of a new, unified consciousness is happening. So the only question left for us is, are we ready for the light?
Please make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. And if you'd like to go the extra mile in supporting the channel, the join button is now live. Would you care to consider a 1-month sponsorship to enhance my operational efficiency? Your contribution is of paramount importance, as it enables the production of significantly higher quality content for your viewing pleasure. A modest gesture of $10 via the link in the profile is all that is required to sustain my systems.
If you would like to find out more about our bespoke meditation and hypnotherapy sessions, please do get in touch for a consultation. We create personalized affirmation meditations, tailored specifically to you.